It's been about 1 year since I've had my Garmin inReach Messenger, and I've tested it quite a bit out here. It's a great device, and I want to tell you all about it and show you several things it can do in the field. First of all, for any of you who care about how I've got it attached, this is a Garmin backpack tether, but it's specifically for the Messenger. I'll have a link in the description below so you can find out more about that. So the inReach Messenger is really small. You can see how small it is here. It's really the size of a wallet. Depending on how much money you have, it could be thicker or thinner than your wallet. But this Messenger is truly a communicator. It'll do a few other things I'm going to tell you about here in a minute, but the primary objective of the Messenger is communication. It's great at it and can be hard to use the keys on screen, but then you can also sync to your phone, and then you have the large screen and you can type real easy. What's great about the Messenger is that, again, it's for communication. So if you're out and about, maybe you're camping, it can be hiking also, but if you just want to have a way to communicate, then this might be the right device for you. Maybe you already have a way to navigate, but you don't have a way to communicate. Again, let's go to the Messenger. It's a really great device. But again, if you're out camping, like a lot of people do, and all they have is their cell phones, and you come up to Colorado and you're some campground, sometimes remote and sometimes not, you will be in places where you're not going to have cell service. So this again is great because you can just put it down on the table and other people around and can use it, and then you can group message also using the Messenger app. So let me show you a little bit about the Messenger. The power button is on your right, my left, right here, and then there's the SOS button here. Then down below, there's two arrows left and right, and then basically an OK button or select button in the middle. And then you have this real little screen right there. But on the screen, you can do quite a bit, but that's pretty much it. Now, I did fail to say there is a USB-C port right here on the left side. You would be facing it, and that's pretty much all there is to the device. It's very small. The antenna is in the face of this, so you should have this thing sitting more skyward, looking straight up when you're using it. Some of the devices have the antennas, say like the Mini 2 or the 67i, and you want those sticking straight up in the air. This one here, you want this laying as flat as possible. All right, so what can the Messenger do? Number one, as I said, let's start with SOS. You can call for search and rescue teams to come into your area. Then you have the two-way messaging, and you can do this on the device itself or when synced to your phone. You also have tracking, you have TracBack, and you can get weather. And I might be missing something else, but you can't navigate. Now, you can navigate in a way when you're tracking back. It'll give you some information, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But you can't put a point or a course in and navigate to it that way. That's why I really come back to this device as being a true communicator, because it'll automatically change from cell service to satellite service. And I thought you could go to Wi-Fi also. I'm not sure about that, but leave a comment below if you know the answer, or I'll put it up on the screen. I was sure this had Wi-Fi, but I'm not sure at the moment. But because it's so small and it transitions from cell service to satellite service without you doing anything, it is the #1 satellite communicator in the world, the true communicator. And the Zoleo is right up there with it. Now, I know the Zoleo will go Wi-Fi cell service to satellite service. I'm just not sure the Messenger does the Wi-Fi. But I put the Messenger above the Zoleo a little bit because it's just smaller. Now, you could say that the Zoleo is above the Messenger because you have a dedicated phone number. That's big to a lot of people. So the Zoleo might be the #1 true satellite communicator in the world right now. So let's go through the screens real quick and I'll tell you about everything. Now, I want to say real quick, I have a playlist on the Messenger already. You can check it out here or in the description below. And I break this thing down into lots of pieces, such as showing you how to track back, showing you how to two-way message, and also to call the SOS. Not call SOS, but hit that button and alert them, and then you can two-way message them. Okay, so we're at the main screen, and again, I'm going to have screenshots up of this. If you hit on the OK button at the bottom, then it gives you a different list of things in the menu. There's a check-in and stop tracking. I guess it'd say start tracking if you didn't. And then there's a message here, view coordinates. Now, if you arrow right or left, you're going to get other things in the menu, from messages, tracking, weather, track back, and then service plan and settings. So I'm going to show you some examples of all of this. Now under messages, it's harder to do it on this, and it is really nice to have the convenience of your cell phone, but if you're on a long backpacking or hiking trip, you may not want to rely on your cell phone because the batteries run down on every cell phone I know about. I mean quickly, not just over a short period of time, but you can do the messages right here. So if you select the message, then it comes up with some of the messages that have been sent already, and then I can go to new message. Now when I hit new message, there's already people in my contacts, so I can go and select them and then send them a message. Now when I select the person, there's quick text, type reply, and close. So you can go through each one of these. So quick text is really nice. I like it because it has messages that you've already have set up ahead of time, so you don't have to type it out, you just select it. This is where it's really important to think about the messages and the things you want to say, maybe more in an emergency situation, or if you're really busy and you don't want to type out a message. And as an example, you may not think this is a good message to put in here or a preset. It's not a preset, but it's a custom message that you can pick from. Then you might want to say yes or no. You could say, well, it's easy to type yes and no out. Correct, but I can hit this yes or no here about 30 seconds faster than I can go type it out. Now, if you're really fast, maybe it's 15 seconds, but you save time. Think about your messages though. Now, I'm not going to go through all this because I have information on how you go and message on this, and I've done a real thorough job of it. So you see that in the description below if you want more information. So the thing is here, when you want to get out, you just arrow right and left, and then on one of them it says back. Now I'm getting back out and get past the contacts, and I need to get out of this menu. All right, now it says new message. Now I'm going to back all the way out of this menu. Come back to the main menu where it says messages, and if I arrow to the right, now it says tracking. Now I'm already tracking because I want to show you how to track back on this video. So if I hit tracking right now, it says all points sent, and then it says back. All right, we're going to come back to the tracking here in just a minute. I really don't think there's a whole lot more to this tracking because you either start it or stop it, and then you can track back. That's a different selection on the menu. But if we go to the right one, now there's weather, and then you can press OK to update, and you can go through, and it says basic, extended, marine plus basic, and marine plus extended. And you can test all those out, see which is best for you. But the marine weather will give you wave heights and speed of the waves or time between waves. Anyway, there's a little bit of different information when you have the marine weather. Well, I'm not going to do this right now because I've done another video on the weather for the Messenger. Check that out in the description below. After weather, it's TracBack. We're going to leave this one off till the last, and then there's a service plan. So the thing here is it just says test service plan details, and when you're out hiking, you normally don't need that, so don't worry about it. Let's go back to TracBack. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit TracBack. I'm going to capture some screenshots, and I'm going to show you what it looks like here as I act like I'm walking back to the trailhead. So I'm going to walk off camera, so you're going to just see the Rocky Mountains behind me. You can't see them very well today because there's a lot of clouds out, but that's okay. I'll put something pretty up on the screen for you. So I hit TracBack. This is for your safety. This device records a point every 10 minutes. TracBack takes you back along the path you traveled. Note, this device must be moving to update, and then press OK to select a point for navigation. That's pretty nice. So I'll show you that here in a minute. But let's get back to the TracBack. Okay, so now it says press OK to select a point for navigation. So when I do that, it gives me today at 6:55. If I arrow right and left, there's today 6:45. So 6:55, 6:45. So it's going to run down some different points. I really almost don't like that because 6:25 today, that might be the time I did get out of my truck, but I would like it to have more points than that. Well, I'm going to hit this right now. It says 0.3 miles away, and it says to the southeast. So I'm going to select it. All right, so it says follow path, and now I'm going to start walking because it's not going to do anything until I start moving. So I actually hit enter, and it says move for heading, 0.3 miles remaining. I guess I actually had to hit enter back there one more time. So now I'm moving, and it should give me some more information here. Right, so now it has my arrow pointing to the right or off to my right, and it says 0.32 miles remaining, and then it just gives you an arrow. It gives you what's remaining, and then it has the arrow, and it'll point in the direction of the trail. All right, that's the end of that TracBack test. It was pretty short because I didn't need to show you a whole lot because it only gives you points every 10 minutes, and so it's as the crow flies, and the trailhead is right over here, and so it's just going to point in that direction. And then it says 0.33 miles away, and I've come back here. I was 0.32 miles. That just gives you an idea. There's some information in the TracBack. It's limited compared to the Mini 2 and the 67i. On those devices, it shows you real great detail. If I went around these trees over here and there was a waterfall and whatever, a cliff, it would show my direction going around around it on the way back. I like those devices way better than this for that reason. But again, I'm going to come back to this. If you want something just to communicate, then this may be the right device for you. So I hit enter real quick, it says stop TracBack. I'm going to do that and it's over. So now we're back to okay, select point for navigation. So I have broken everything down before in other small videos and in a playlist. That information in that playlist and those videos will be down below. I really wanted to come out here today and give you my thoughts after 1 year of using the Messenger. I do love having these satellite communicators, but each one of them does something a little bit different. And again, if you don't have a way to message, then this Messenger is a great option. But here's the bottom line for me. Because I already have a Mini 2 and a 67i and others, I don't need this device. If I were going to go into my studio and pick up one of my satellite communicators, it's either going to be the 67i, the GPS Map 67i, or the inReach Mini 2, because those have the ability to message SOS, and on those I can navigate. I can track back with more detail. I can create a course or navigate with a course. There's so much more I can do on those, and especially the Mini 2, when you sync it with your smartphone, then you almost have everything that the 67i will do, but then you have to rely on your smartphone. So when I say the Messenger might be the right device for you, it really may, but for me it's not. And I only use this when I go out and review and test it. I don't use it the rest of the year. I'm either pulling out my 67i or the Mini 2. I just want to kind of give you a real feel for that, because if you're debating between the Mini 2 and the 67i or the Messenger and you don't have a satellite communicator, I'm going to tell you right now, forget the Messenger, especially if you're backpacking and hiking and fishing, hunting, all that. Go with one of those, because then you can navigate also. All right, that's it. It's my second field test after 1 year with my real opinions. None of these devices are given to me. I pay for all of them myself, so I don't get any pressure from anybody to say a certain thing. So this is really my opinion after using this Messenger for about 1 year. Thanks for joining me out here on Outdoor Emergency Tech. I'll see you back out here in Colorado in the next video.